For those of you that may not know, Chuck Mangione is a real person, and I can't speak for the real Chuck, but the fictional version's got some issues.
Hey man, I'm having a concert this Sunday. Could I put up one of my posters in your window?
Get out before I three-hole punch your face!
Hey folks, welcome to Squirrel Tactics. Don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, don't forget to check out our Patreon and our sister channel. Anywho, let's do this. Charles Frank Mangione was born on November 29th, 1940. He became a world-renowned flugelhorn player and had a Grammy-nominated hit with Feel So Good in 1977, which is Hank and Peggy's song, by the way. It actually came on the radio not too long ago. That's what led to making this video. Anywho, fictional Chuck Mangione has a decent-sized presence in the King of the Hill universe from his exercise video that Peggy, Luann, and eventually Bobby work out to in Luann's saga.
Just 2 more, come on.
Okay, 5 more.
Okay, 5 more.
Hey, you said 2.
You can't predict this tape. I've done it enough to know.
Do a fire prevention video that Luann rents in Peggy the BOGGLE Champ.
So take it from me, Chuck Mangione. Unplugging the iron feels so good. Can you dig it?
And was even present at the Panhandler when Bobby ate a 72-ounce steak in And They Call It Bobby Love.
Hey, you two, I'm trying to eat.
He was also present when Con sang karaoke in Pour Some Sugar on Con. Then we get to a rather important incident in Chuck's life in Propane Boom, where he narrated the ad that informed Hank that Megalomart was now selling propane and propane accessories.
And now Megalomart has propane and propane accessories at megalo prices, and it feels so good.
Propane at Megalomart?
Bobby, leave the room.
You bastards!
Then he was performing at the Arlen Megalomart. Before the store exploded due to Buckley's negligence.
Hey man, it's 911. I ain't in here no Megalomart, man. It go boom, man, there's a fire there. And it don't that come out everywhere, man. I don't know, saw Nick man run out there. I don't know if Chuck Mangione gonna be come down here.
Sir, you are going to have to speak more slowly. I cannot understand you.
Dang old Megalomart. That talk about them old done it boom.
But luckily Chuck survived. So there's a running gag that everything Chuck plays turns into Feel So Good, as we see in Death of a Propane Salesman at Buckley's funeral. As well as at Lucky and Luann's wedding in Lucky's wedding suit. But there's a reason that this happens, and yeah, I'm about to make you feel bad for Chuck Mangione. A lot of people forget about this scene, also from Death of a Propane Salesman.
Welcome to the Survivors of Propane Explosion Support Group. Let's start with Chuck.
Ever since the explosion, every song I play sounds like Feels So Good.
Maybe that's because it does feel so good to be alive.
No, that's not it.
Yeah, the running gag is actually Chuck dealing with his PTSD. Look at this from Take Me Out of the Ball Game. See, he started to get off course but corrected himself, and you see how happy he was to overcome his issue. It's also possible that this PTSD is what led him to attending the same anger management class as Hank in the Texas Skillsaw Massacre.
Next up, Mr. Mangione.
Chick, Mangione. I'm not a chick, I'm a dude.
Okay, yeah, that's my favorite Chuck Mangione moment, so let's see it again.
Chick, Mangione. I'm not a chick, I'm a dude.
Yeah, that's just good stuff right there. Then we get to probably Chuck's most well-known appearance in Megalo Dale, where Dale becomes convinced that the rodent problem at the local Megalo Mart was in fact Chuck Mangione.
Baboon? Dale, don't tell Glidewell there's a baboon. It's not a baboon.
I know that. I won't bore you with the details, but bottom line, it's Chuck Mangione.
What?
And come to find out, in a rather rare occurrence, Dale was actually right.
All right, now who are you? Take off the mask and quit mocking me.
Ouch! Watch the lip, man.
It's you. It's really you. So I'm not crazy. But you are.
You let a mongoose out in the store.
You're living in a toilet paper fort.
Let's agree to disagree.
And Chuck then explained himself.
When I signed the contract to be the Megalomart spokesman, I didn't read it carefully. I have to be at every store opening, and they open 400 stores a year. I haven't had time to record or tour or give my old lady any slow, sweet lovin' in years. So I disappeared to the last place they'd ever look for me. I've been living here rent-free, eating their Cheerios, playing their video games, and trying on their underpants. Anything to stick it to the man.
You chewed up the security camera wires?
It was necessary so I could come and go as I pleased.
But what about the droppings? There were droppings all over the place.
Make those megalo chumps pick 'em up. They owe me.
Right on. Keeping it real.
So yeah, Chuck Mangione lived in the Megalo Mart in Arlen, possibly others as well. Fun fact, I hate this episode for this.
You can run, but you can't hide.
For some reason, that one line and its delivery just ruins the entire episode for me. It also doesn't help that I'm really not a fan of Topher Grace, who was the worst character on his own sitcom, and the worst casting in comic book film history. So, Chuck Mangione had a hit song in the 70s, became a spokesman for Megalomart, survived an explosion of a said Megalomart which affected his ability to perform, did something that caused him to attend mandatory anger management classes, and ended up living inside a Megalomart eating crackers and crapping on the floor. Are you okay, Chuck? Cause I really don't think you are.
Your garden will be a horn of plenty with megalomulch in easy to lift 50-pound bags.